Hi, let's talk about the speaking section of the IELTS test. So this section of the test consists of 3 parts, and in the first part you are asked about general topics like your hobbies or your hometown. Now, since the questions that are asked in this part not that complex and not that deep, your answers don't really have to be that long either. So try to aim for 2 to 3 sentences. But then again, it is very difficult to say this is a good length of 2 to 3 sentences. So I highly suggest you to watch some videos and consult the official IELTS website so that you get a good idea of how long the answer should be. Or you could enroll in our classes and ask one of our teachers. And then we can move on to part 2. So the part 2 section of the test, I would say, could be a little difficult because you are given a cue card that has a main topic and then you have small subtopics, and then your task is to look at the questions and prepare your answer in 1 minute. I know, you heard me right. 1 minute to think about everything and write down keywords about what you would talk about later, and then you are given 2 minutes to speak on the topic. Now, in this part, the examiner is really trying to see if you can talk without being interrupted or without having the comfort of the examiner asking you questions. Now, after this, we're going to move on to part 3 of the test. And this is when things get a little serious, in my opinion. So in part 3, the questions are related to the things you talked about in part 2. And in this case, it's a little different from how it is in part 1, because the questions in part 3 are a bit longer, are a bit more, complex, and it requires you to have an actual discourse with the examiner. And it is very possible that the examiner would challenge your response and then ask specific questions that would maybe have you explore the topic further. So for the part 3, I would suggest you to aim at least for 5 to 6 sentences so that you have a chance to actually give your answer and then explain your answer and then provide an example that supports what you talked about. And then again, please look at some examples and consult verified websites and YouTube channels so that you feel fully ready for your test, and call us if you need a class with us. Goodbye!
Contact us now